Boy, I've been getting a couple of dozen emails about a recent story we did down in Washington, D.C. A local TV station down there said, reported breathlessly that the jogger, the white jogger who was killed by a black guy, may have been racially motivated. Now, I probably take a lot less enthusiasm than a lot of you guys did from this news, because this is something we've been talking about for a long time. What is racially motivated? Racially motivated to the police requires that somebody fill out a note, carry a sign, scream at the top of their lungs, tell all their friends, I don't like white people. Well, that's pretty flimsy stuff. Because there's because there's so much black criminality, and the black on white criminality is so wildly out of proportion. We've been talking here for a very long time that the pattern is the proof. You don't need somebody to drop a note to make a confession. We look at the pattern and we say, well, gosh, in Washington, D.C., if all the white people and Asian people being murdered, beat up, chopped up, attacked, assaulted, if that's overwhelmingly a black thing, that has meaning that cannot be denied. That has meaning that does not need to be debated. It's a fact. And that's what we see with this latest case down in the Logan Circle, where the murder may have been, I'm doing air quotes, may have been racially motivated. Well, that's why I was so happy to see this 1 minute of testimony the other day on the Kavanaugh hearing at the Supreme Court.
When is pattern evidence of bias? In court, pattern is evidence of bias all the time. Evidence on which juries and trial judges rely to show discriminatory intent, to show a common scheme, to show bias. When does a pattern prove bias? I wish this were an idle question. It's relevant to the pattern of the Roberts Court.
New details on the stabbing murder of jogger Wendy Martinez near Logan Circle Tuesday in D.C. A source close to the investigation tells WUSA 9 that police are looking into the possibility the attack was racially motivated. The source tells us Anthony Crawford, quote, did not like white people. Our Bruce LeShan reports the alleged killer also had a history of mental illness and addiction to the synthetic drug called K2.
K2, the nasty brew of herbs and industrial chemicals that likely sent another 5 people to the hospital today, may also have played a role in this shocking attack on a newly engaged jogger, Wendy Martinez.
K2 literally wraps its fingers around your brain and it snatches it out of your body.
Police suspect Anthony Crawford was high on K2. They say he attacked Martinez without any provocation, stabbing her 7 times in the head and neck before she broke free and ran to a nearby Chinese restaurant where she collapsed and died. Some people who've used K2 describe it as liquid poison.
It's definitely addictive, man. It's definitely addictive.
But it is a cheap high, and it has proven far too tempting for desperate people struggling with homelessness.
When I first smoked K2, when I said it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. Then it takes you to another realm.
It just sends you to another place.
Yeah, you can just say something, I'm not there,
Doesn't make
leave
any
a message.
Court records quote doctors saying Crawford was paranoid, suspicious, and quick to turn agitated and aggressive. Tendencies users say may have been exacerbated by K2. Could it have led him to kill?
Some people may say, oh, you trying to kill me. I done seen people, run around, oh, I seen Jesus.
In D.C., Bruce LeShan, WUSA 9.
Now, Bruce tells us police are still looking at the video of that attack. They're still trying to figure out Crawford's alleged motive.
So the headline writer got it right. But the guy doing the story, he ran away from the headline as quickly as he could. Oh, it was mental illness. Oh, it was homelessness. Oh, it was K2. Oh, it was everything except part of a pattern of black on white violence in Washington, D.C. that a lot of people are in denial about. And this denial costs them their lives. Which in Washington, D.C. apparently is okay, even if there's a pattern, as long as that pattern doesn't make the black kids angry.